for clearance to start the construction work.
Plus, EPA begins investigations into air quality at Apieti to determine whether the site is safe for reconstruction of the community.
Yes, there was an escort.
The explosives car, not police, ni be the name and no be the.
No, BNN, me na mi
We explore also whether there was a police escort during the transportation of the explosives. We hear from residents and the police. Also in this package, gunshots, curfews, deaths and injury. The never-ending tragic tale of Boko, as at least 4 more die in renewed chieftaincy conflict tonight. A ban on the use of motorbikes has been reintroduced. We're live on the ground.
And in business, Ghana cedi stabilizes marginally against the US dollar for the 3rd day running as it continues to benefit from positive investor reaction to the 20% cut in quarterly expenditure estimates.
And later, police in the Gassaf municipality on the hunt for scrap dealers stealing digital address plates on houses in Englishi, Amanfro.
All that I would tell the residents is that they should be vigilant, should be on the lookout, because these scrap vendors, you cannot stop them from coming to the community.
We have more as residents ask police to step up security in the wake of rampant robberies there. Plus, who advances to the next stage of the ongoing AFCON tournament today? Cameroon is taking on Comoros, or is it rather Comoros taking on Cameroon? The Joy Sports team brings us live commentary much later. I am Emefa Apawu. Please do well to join me with your thoughts, your comments as well. It's 055 11 997. You're watching live on Facebook. You can leave them there as well. We settle for details. Now, many thanks for your company. This is your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. The Minerals Commission is tonight suspending the registration of the subcontractor, Joysidek Logistics Limited, the company contracted by Maxam Ghana Limited to transport the explosive to Chirano gold mines in the Western North region. The subcontractor was conveying ammonium nitrate when it collided with a motorcycle and another vehicle close to an electricity transformer. Several houses and structures, we are told about 500 of them, were flattened by the massive explosion last week, and over 900 residents affected in the process. My colleague Kwikwa Sante joins me in the studio with his latest statement. Take us through them.
Emefa, so this statement is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission, Cantonment here in Accra. It says, as you are aware, on Thursday, January 20, 2022, a truck carrying explosives intended to be used for mining exploded at Apiate in the Pristia Huni Valley district of the Western region, causing extensive damage to life and properties. Preliminary investigations show that Maxam Ghana Limited subcontracted Josidek Logistics Limited, a company registered with the Minerals Commission, to undertake clearing, warehousing and transportation of explosives to transport the said explosives on behalf of Maxam Ghana Limited. Government has commenced extensive investigations into the matter, including the cause and the immediate aftermath of the incident. To ensure a fair and impartial investigations into the circumstances leading to the incident, you are hereby directed, in accordance with Article 297 of the Constitution and Regulation 27 of the Minerals and Mining Regulations, LI 2177, to suspend the registration of Josidek Logistics Limited with Minerals Commission, thereby precluding the company from all mining and mine support services pending the outcome of investigation. So this statement, or this letter addressed to the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission, is signed by Samuel Abu Jinapo, who is the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emefa.
So this is the very second action that
has been taken by the Ministry.
By the Minerals Commission and the Ministry, for that matter, whilst investigations continue. We'll be going live to Ground Zero. My colleague Maxwell Agbagba will join us shortly from Apieti. We're told he's monitoring the reconstruction of the temporary residence for the many displaced residents. The Environmental Protection Agency, however, says it is investigating the air quality ahead of the resettlement of these residents. Acting Regional Director at the Pristia Huni Valley EPA office has been speaking to us.
Ever since the incident happened, we were here within 30 minutes of the incident. Mr. President were here. We've been here on a daily basis. And on the Saturday, a team from the Environmental Quality Department of the head office was dispatched to the ground to at least assure ourselves of the environmental conditions of the place, whether it is conducive for settlement or that we need to mitigate some environmental impact such as compromised air quality or soil or water quality. So the team has done that sampling and had sent the items to the samples to the lab for analysis. We also did air quality analysis of this temporal place for resettlement to assure ourselves that since they are coming to occupy here in the few days, how is the situation like? How is the ambient baseline conditions are? So that when they are here and they start to complain about at least ear health, respiratory disease, we know the quality here.
That's Prosper Nkrumah. He's in charge of the EPA office, acting a regional director of the EPA office in Pristia Hune Valley. Well, the MC for the area, also Isaac Dasmani, says the local assembly is ready to resettle displaced residents.
Oh, if you look at the work that they've done about 80%, and I'm sure by tomorrow we'll get the rest done, and then we'll make sure latest by Wednesday maybe we'll move them here. Yeah.
So this will be the new place. Are you able to tell us what is available here for the display?
You can see that we have put up all the tents. We have a big structure there that can contain some of the victims. We have provided washroom down here. That's the most important thing, the place of convenience. And then we are also going to rent some shed down there where they can do cooking. And then there are some extra more shed because you can see this one, there are 15 of them. And we have just erected 5. Yeah. So, this one will even be enough for them, and then we'll continue expanding once they come in here. Okay. So, most of the time, it's better they move in here, you identify some of the minor problems and challenges, and then we deal with it.
Yeah. What would you say will be the advantage of them staying here? I've been speaking to some persons. They told me that, yes, more a bit, very private. Yes, you don't have anyone breaching their privacy.
Yes. If you look at here as compared to where they are, where people go in there to see what they are doing and all of that. So I think once they get in here, then we have people of Apiate to deal with. Because now they are in Bogosu town, and sometimes they have intruders, people go in there to invade on their privacy and all of that. So
that's the MC for Pristia Huni Valley, Isaac Dasmani there, speaking to Maxwell Agbagba. He joins us live on the line now. Maxwell, let's start with the resettlement plan. This is your interaction you had with Mr. Dasmani earlier. But from your checks, what's the percentage in terms of completion?
Well, Emefa, I've been in that interaction. He mentioned to me that work is 80% complete. And we've seen that here. What is happening right now is that they just put in finishing touches to all the things that they've put up here. They've added some more tents, and right now, I don't know if you can hear in the background, there's some work going on the warehouse that they are trying to put together for all the relief items that are coming in for the people. Just some minutes ago, they finished with the meeting. And in fact, today there was a NewSec meeting, and a committee was formed to be in charge of the relief items, both cash and kind donations coming through. So that was what the meeting was about, to elect the leadership of the committee that was formed at the NewSec meeting today. So all the stakeholders, all the people involved in trying to bring respite and relief to the people are here at the new place that they want to resettle the displaced person, which is just about 5 minutes away from the St. Michael's Catholic Church, which is currently housing the displaced person.
Well, Maxwell, just clarity though, this new resettlement and the construction that's currently underway, the tents amongst others, is it being done by the assembly itself, or it's in conjunction with benevolent organizations and individuals?
From interactions with the municipality executive, all indications are clear that a lot of corporate organizations are helping with this effort. One of the people I've been speaking to tells me that because this happened in a mining community, so all the mining companies around, it's more like an all-hands-on-deck approach for them. All of them contributing resources, contributing personnel, to help with this. They were telling me that it does not really happen so quick in other areas. It is happening very quick, and a lot of relief is coming to the people because it happened in a mining community. So a lot of corporate organizations, a lot of mining companies are all helping and coordinating the relief efforts.
Well, Maxwell, away from this, because I know that you're following it and will bring us subsequent details on how residents and survivors are doing. But earlier, this issue is a subject of investigation and a lot of controversy as well as to what exactly led to this accident that subsequently led to the explosion that we saw on Thursday. You got to interact with the motor rider in question who was earlier alleged to have actually crashed into this truck carrying the explosives. Let's quickly recap that conversation you had with him. First, let me play that sound because I know you've been interacting with the police on that and get back to you on it.
The tricycle crossed the vehicle in front of me. The driver applied his brakes. I also did the same. Then another vehicle hit me from the back. I fell on the road and my motorbike also kept moving. I did not see the car that hit me from the rear because it was behind me. That was the point people rushed me to the hospital, he said. About 30 minutes later, as the medical team prepared to treat my wounds, we heard the explosion. All the nurses fled the hospital because they said there was fire. Later, they realized the facility wouldn't be affected. So I was not at the scene when the explosion happened. You can ask the nurses and the doctors on duty. I have no idea when the vehicle carrying the explosives crashed into my motorbike because I was rushed to the hospital in a taxi, not the vehicle carrying the explosives. I feel very bad. I'm human. We are all humans with different parents. Whether my family members are part of the dead or not, it hurts my soul. There's so much pain in my heart.
Well, Maxwell, so what has the police been saying about this? Because this man tells us he was not even at the scene when the explosion occurred. 30 minutes after, that's when this occurred. So what is the police saying about this? Because he's raising questions about whether there was indeed a police escort with the team.
I've been speaking to the Prestia District Commander, Superintendent William Zabialu, and he insists that there was an escort team. He did not reveal much because he says he does not want to preempt the outcome of the investigations.
Yes, there was an escort. There was an escort. Yes.
But some of the residents are telling us that they did not see any escort with the vehicle, with the van.
Well, it depends on, mostly you might say it depends on what the public perceives to be escorts. Probably they're looking at seeing marked police vehicles or probably sirens following it, but that is not the issue. But there was escort. Yes.
There was an escort.
Yes, there was an escort.
A police officer who was like in front of.
There was a police officer. Yes, in a vehicle leading the explosives.
Finally, how possible is it? Could it be that a vehicle that is not supposed to travel or go beyond 60 kilometers, with an escort, we still have this situation with the motorbike that colliding with a motorbike like
Well, I don't want to preempt matters, so investigations are ongoing. So let's see how the investigations unfold. But for the sake of the police escorting, just to, quench this controversy, then so yes, we are confirming that one as a district commander on the ground. Yes, but any other thing, let's see how investigations unfold.
Well, Maxwell, so that's your interaction with the police. This is the first time we're hearing the police respond to the counterclaim by this motorbike rider. But some residents have also been telling you otherwise.
Emefa, a resident I interacted with today at a Golden Hotel Annex, which is also serving as a shelter for the men who've been displaced by the explosion. One of them insists that there was no police team or escort team from the police with the vehicle carrying the explosives. We can hear you.
Me ko adwuma na adwuma na amaso be 10 to 11 more and am me be fie enti me be fie no na me esi no ma wo kwan no na me sesa de a me ba bigyan nchen enti me bigyan nchen na me ye ne fesi e kwan no na me so me hwe no me de me sa gu mu hu sei na me hwe no ti dem ti ense moto no bra eje grasa no me ko gina ho na o me nipa tu na na tisu oba ba ko be ma ko na omu de omu fa omu ka na omu ko
the explosives car no na please ni bi die ni ma na se no bi die
na obi ane me na me gina kwan na me gina kwan ka bia ni
Scott car bia
ka bia ni animu
na police ni bi ti car
police ni bia ni animu
driver na
police for me hu omo no na omo this bank ska if you say ko nti omo sa na omo so da omo esa san omo chi
okay but explosive car na police ni bi
ani
driver
no no what
only mate I don't know
me na ba sa no me twem ho okay me twem ho bai.
So that's my colleague Maxwell Agwagwa's interaction with some residents also on whether there was actually a police escort in front of the truck that was carrying the explosives that day. The police insists there was an escort with that truck that day, but it's unclear whether indeed the van was in front or there was some kind of dispatch in front of it, because now we're hearing that the motorbike rider did not actually ride his bike into the truck that led to the accident and subsequent explosion. But my colleague Kwekwa Santi on the security desk has cited a letter or to the police asking for escort. What do we know?
So, Emefa, this letter is actually from the police to sort of confirming that they were going to send an escort for this vehicle that was transporting these explosives. It reads, reference to Minerals Commission letter number ID 37Q volume 4900, dated 23rd November 2021. Permission has been granted to Maxam Ghana Limited, Takwa, to transfer the undermentioned explosives from their private magazine, Aga Induaprim Takwa, to Chirano Gold Mines in Chirano. It gives details about the ANFO 25 kilograms stroke bag, 400 bags of them. Items released under the escort. So this is supposed to be the police officer supposed to provide the escort for this transportation of escort number 47543, Isaac Kamenim of Police Arms and Ammunition, Takwa Division, on board vehicles number WR225318, driven by Alfred Papu. So this is the vehicle carrying the explosives, and this is the police officer and his details. Okay. And so, per this letter, the police dispatched someone to escort this vehicle carrying these explosives. What has now become a controversy is whether or not this was carried through at all, because this is signed by Kusi Apia, the Superintendent of Police, Takwa Divisional Crime Officer, giving approval for this police officer to go ahead and escort these explosives in this vehicle to the Chirano Gold Mines.
Okay, well, this matter is still a subject of investigation, and we'll see how it pans out. Thank you very much, Kweku. But let's head quickly to the northeast region, where the Security Council there has placed a ban on the use of motorbikes within Boko and its environs with immediate effect. Now, this comes in the wake of renewed chieftaincy clashes that has claimed at least 4 lives, including a police officer. The police is yet to make an official statement on this, but correspondent Albert Sorry has been monitoring events. He joins us on the line. Albert, let's talk about the mood currently in the town this evening.
Emefa, so one of the things that you would notice in Boko today is that a lot of people decided to stay indoors even during the day. So the town parts was almost deserted. It's even more so this evening because it's getting darker and the curfew starts at 8 p.m. So a lot of people have already gone indoors for fear of their lives.
Well, but how are residents reacting to this particular ban on motorcycles to start with?
Yes, so this ban has never been enforced before. I remember in 2015, thereabouts, the Boko Inter-Ethnic Peace Committee started discussions with the regional Security Council to try and get this ban lifted. Eventually, they lifted the ban only for the women, and eventually lifted it altogether. Now, this is being implemented again because of the events of yesterday and fears that this could escalate even some more.
That's a correspondent, Albert. Sorry, Albert, thank you very much. Thankfully, we've been joined on the phone by the MCE for Boko, Amadou Hamza Zanga. We are grateful for your time here on Newsnights. If we have the connection, right, let me first find out what may have actually informed the reintroduction of the ban on the riding of motorbikes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Before I make any comment, I would want to make some few corrections. That's a bad reportage to hear that Boko is in the northeast region. You guys must try as much as possible to always find out. By now, you should know your geography very well. You should know Boko is located in the upper east region.
But we've always maintained that that's the upper east region, and our correspondent is the upper east.
Report now is northeast region. That's what you said.
Okay, thank you. But it's the upper east region. I corrected once again.
Did I get your reporter saying that we are in curfew now? No, the curfew takes effect at 8 p.m. and then you are supposed to come out at 5 a.m.
Mr. Zanga, my colleague, if I recall, or I heard him right, says we are getting close to the curfew for today. He did not say as we speak the curfew is on.
All right, that's understandable. That's what I heard. That's why I'm trying to make the correction before I can see. All right.
Can we get to the question now?
So the question is that what actually brought us to this part is that we have been witnessing some shooting incidences. Daily, it can happen in the morning, it can happen at dawn, it can also happen in the daytime and also at night. And so the MUSEC made a recommendation that RECSEC should consider placing a ban earlier on pillion riding. If you follow the trajectory, it is that pillion riding earlier on ban came, that a man is not supposed to be riding a motor and pick another man. And also went forward to say that a woman cannot pick a man on the same motorbicycle. But the reverse of those things they're correct. For example, if a woman can pick a woman, a man can also pick a woman. That is what we began. And today, yesterday we saw another bigger incident, very catastrophic, that some people came within the town, very close to the Gual filling station, and sprayed gunshots at the base. And incidentally, what happened was that led to the death of three people, a woman and two guys. As I talk to you, three of them, one is just responding to treatment in Bolgatanga, and then the other two are they are in the intensive care unit at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. So this is what informed RECSEC to ensure that they place a ban on motor riding entirely within the municipality.
Okay, so 3 persons you say have been lost. We are also hearing about a police officer who was also shot in the process.
That's different? That was a different incident. Okay. My investigations are that it was a stray bullet that got there. Those are my investigations and my findings according to the police.
Okay, so 4 persons in all have lost their lives in the process.
You cannot even say 4 persons. Apparently, I was told that somebody also died somewhere that I can't confirm because that is not official.
Okay.
These are the official records I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, so what then may have triggered this renewed clash that we witnessed in the previous days?
Well, we all know. We all know what happened. I don't know. You interviewed me and I stated my position very well. And so there's no need for us to go backward.
Okay.
That is it.
Okay, so you don't want to go back to what exactly may have triggered this. I'm not the one you spoke to, Mr. Zanga.
I told them what happened.
Mr. Zanga, I'm not the one you spoke to, so I'm not sure you can...
There's no need for us to bore our listeners, so we can go ahead and ask the other relevant questions and we know what happened in the past. We all know Boku is Chieftain's disputed area. And so, largely, you would see that one it will happen like that.
Okay. Well, let's talk about security in the area as we speak. Beefed up. What exactly are we doing about the situation?
Yeah, MUSEC is always on the road. They have put their men across. The only problem some of us have is that we don't have enough men to take care of the situation. That is what I can tell you. And so we have always on our part asked for more security.
Well, talking about bans also, I'm told there's a ban on wearing of smoke. Is it still in force, sir?
Yes, it's still in force.
What reason? What really is the reason behind that?
The ban on... I thought we have granted all these interviews. You want me to repeat them? All right, let's go ahead.
Okay.
It is that we stated our position clearly that what necessitated the ban on wearing of smoke is that people would usually hide their guns in the smoke. One will pick the other, and then they will just come and stand and spray and move away.
Okay. Mr. Zanga, we are grateful for your time. I can understand your frustration at this point. That's the MC for Boko Amadou Hamza Zanga there speaking to us on the renewed chieftaincy clashes in the area where 4 persons, including a police woman who's lost. He says that this woman was caught by a stray bullet. That's the police officer. We are yet to hear from the police also on this, but it's been giving us updates on it. You also heard my colleague Albert Sori, who's the Upper East Regional correspondent. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll go for business.
As Ghana qualifies for AFCON 2022, watch all your live matches at home, hotels, bars, and what have you on the Samsung television. Hurry up and grab yours now at the Samsung AFCON 22 promotion. LED HFD TV 32 inches is going for 1,399 Ghana cedis. LED HFD Smart 2,999. This and a wide range of Samsung television to watch all live matches and more. That's not all. The new price of refrigerators start at 1,699. Washing machines start at 1,099 Ghana cedis. Samsung soundbars going for 1,699. Grab your microwave starting at 749 Ghana cedis. Your sound tower, chest freezers, washing machine, and many more. This AFCON Cup, Samsung's got you covered. Stand up.
When you can be anything, who will you become?
When you can go anywhere and never feel alone, how far will you go?
When you have the means to make your dreams real, when will you start?
When your voice can reach every ear, who will you inspire?
When your money can travel faster and further than you ever could, where will you send it?
When you can tell a story in every language, which ones will you tell?
When nothing can stop you, and everyone's behind you,
and the whole world awaits you. Don't go alone.
Go with us.
Everywhere you go.
Dansifue DBS Yamamontia says a bench and nay DBS 41 chance and a swap of form cry will be a bit me to be. When you saw the Makuma Badiano, Oboyensu, Yaria, and Framania BBA Sonko, and also Emushemu and a DBS Industries. Aya, why your moon chance, Papa be at the Abegaso. Aya Colorlink Plus. Colorlink Plus, I can once me. A swim popo and Renachi, now what thing. F. Sokeke. Who you to tea, I had to swallow the scene Chaya. Your bow down small, your more 20 years warranty. And who goes so bunkra? You jam SCC at the amount. And you are no fafa near the car. Your mount crata, a yard dance DHS Sampa, 20-year warranty no a yajuma. And until Kona DBS Colorlink Plus in Chance, I can once be a nedaya. DBS Industries, our craft, Spinters Road, DBS Building him, Yabay Papaya Restaurant. Hotline here 0240 844444. Kumasi Tamale Takrade and Subetimia Frey 050 600 4242. DBS Industries Limited. A bunch chance in the you need to pay.
Keep this frequency clear.
99.7.
Welcome back. You're still listening to News Night here on Joy 99.7 FM. We are live on over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions. We are live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. We are also live on myjoyonline.com and on Facebook as well. It's time for Business with George. We're getting ready for Cameroon versus Comoros.
Interestingly, Gambia were up by 1. They won the game by 1 against Guinea. Interesting, and how things are going. Emefa. Well, coming up in business, investors express worry over how Ghana's band performance doesn't reflect fundamentals of the economy, and Ghana cedi stabilizes marginally against dollar for third-day run, and as it continues to benefit from investor reaction to the 20% cut in expenditure estimate for every quarter this year. The business news on Newsnight is brought to you by MTN Business. Welcome to the new world of business. Kingdom Books and Stationery, your number one-stop shop for all your office essentials, and Allianz Life. Let's now settle for the details. Now, some foreign investors have expressed concerns that the current performance of foreign bonds doesn't reflect fundamentals of the Ghanaian economy. That's according to the Minister of State of the Finance Ministry, Charles Edubuahini. He was reacting to questions on how foreign investors have responded to the 20% cut in expenditure estimates at the press conference today.
And I think what struck me as quite interesting was, a lot of them were almost apologetic about how our bonds had performed. It's almost like they seem to acknowledge that we're being unfairly treated, or that our bonds are not really reflecting the true position or the strength of the fundamentals of the economy. So you wonder why, and what's happening. So, but we've seen some rebounding, so that's encouraging.
Speaking at the same media engagement, First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Marcel Pokuafari, also said that he doesn't expect the cut to have any significant impact on growth because of what government has done.
Looking at it from where we're coming from, there was a lot of fiscal stimulus in 2020, coming from both the fiscal and also the central bank buying the government asset bases. You've seen liquidity impact of that, and it's not limited to Ghana. Some of the correction will come from the monetary side, which you've already seen the central bank increasing interest rates, policy rate in November. Fed is trying to bring forward the increase of their policy rate, but there could also be the fiscal side to such a correction, trying to return or cut off some of the one-off COVID-related spending. So its actual impact on growth may not be as big as you think because of the efficiency that is embedded in it.
And that is the First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Let's still stay on the economy because the Ghana cedi is still benefiting from the positive investor reaction to plans by government to cut quarterly expenditure estimates by some 20%. Now, for the third-day run in the cedi, stabilized firmly against the US dollar. There is more in this report.
The development over the past 3 days, that is from last Thursday, can be described as interesting. This is because looking at the fact that over the past weeks we had been seeing some consistent decline in the value of the Ghana cedi, but it has stabilized strongly from last Thursday. Some are linking it to the decision by offshore investors to respond positively to the 20% cut in expenditure for this quarter. This is because some investors have frozen plans to sell the Ghana bonds that they were holding. Again, some of these investors have also stepped down their request to demand higher compensation for holding bonds issued by the government of Ghana. This has reduced the pressure on the Ghana cedi as some of these investors are even demanding Ghana bonds now. This has resulted in some dollar inflows as well. According to some investors, the development might show that the recent pressure on the local currency has more to do with negative investor perception about the economy and decision by some of them to sell the bonds that they were holding. However, some have also argued that it might be early days yet, as there is little demand on the first day of trading of the week. However, let's look at whether this performance will be sustained.
And that is the Business Desk report. Now, former Minister of Finance Setokwe has attributed Ghana's present economic challenges to lack of prudent spending by government. He made the statement at the PFM Tax Africa Dialogue on Ghana's economic outlook for 2020.
If we have a problem, it is not a revenue problem, it's an expenditure problem, right? Like the way we had others like single spine and the rest. Who says public servants did not deserve a higher pay. But it was hurting the economy. So there was a pause. And therefore, the rationalization of savings plan after the mistake should have continued. Today, we are not even able to negotiate with labor, despite, that policy.
And that is the former Minister of Finance, Tekwe. And that's all for Business on Newsnight. And I know Nathaniel Arthur is around for sports, Cameroon and Comoros.
And Comoros is going all the way, I'm sure. Okay, let's take a few of your messages. Those watching on Facebook, you can see what Nat is doing. I have no hand in it. Well, Baba Chairman in Tamale says the people of Boko should please give peace a chance, at least for the sake of children and the aged. And this one also says if there was an escort with a vehicle, what did they do when the accident occurred? And Nana from Spintex also says, did I hear the majority leader say the NDC voted for the budget? We're all aware NPP voted for the budget in the absence of the speaker. And AU Farouk Tamali says that people of Bogosu needs a quick intervention from government to salvage their loss. My condolence to the deceased families, he says. And this final one from Ajiman Joseph says the truth of the matter is nobody escorted these chemicals before. They escort the heavy machinery, but not these chemicals. Okay, so that's some of your messages that you sent via WhatsApp. Many thanks for sending them. It's a good time to hand over to Nathaniel Atto and the team as they prepare to bring you live commentary of that crucial game.
Well, Emefa, I'm sure you were here back in 2008 when Ghana played in the semi-final of the Africa Cup of Nations. Ghana versus Cameroon. Cameroon beat us by a goal to nil.
Can they beat Comoros? What if Comoros lifts the cup?
It's a totally different side we're talking about several years down the line. But you're looking at Cameroon, you're looking at Comoros, who made us set a very, very bad record at the Africa Cup of Nations. Who would you want to win this game?
At this point, it should be Comoros, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
After punishing us, I think they should punish Cameroon as well.
But, in football terms, that will be such a big upset, and they would definitely take the headlines globally if they're able to do that.
They can, I think.
It is possible. George?
I'll go for Cameroon 1, Comoros 0. I think it'll be a very tight match. Expect some surprises. Officiating might not be fair for all of us. Already predicting that, but Cameroon will carry the day with a 1-goal lead into the.
Yeah. Definitely, we'll see how it goes. But this is how the Arsenal fans do the analysis. Huh?
Everybody come together.